Uh, uh, Before starting the demo, I will just go through the website once so that you guys can understand our offerings and everything, right? All right, so this is our website, right? One second, I think you cannot see my screen, so I will share my screen now. All right, so this is our website, right? So now, in Ellipse Education, we provide the training from the mentor who are currently working in the industry, right? So this is our mentors, right? So I am Abhishek Agarwal, right? I take care of all the training with respect to Azure cloud domain. And with me for the today's demo, Vail Murugan will be assisting us. He take cares of all the training related to Spark or big data or AWS, right? He take cares of all the training related to that. Now we are the two people who are teaching in education ellipse, right? And we provide the training and then we teach what we do in the company, what are the projects we are doing. We constantly evolve our syllabus with respect to that, and we make sure that we are teaching you the recent architecture which can be used in the projects. What are the different things which we are providing with like we basically, so the people who are here for the one basic agenda is to basically switch your career to AWS data engineering, right? And whenever you want to switch your career to AWS data engineering, what are the things you need, right? You need a projects, right? You need a relevant skill set, and then you need to learn how to write those projects in your resume, and then you basically need a interview questions to be prepared, right? For the projects, right? So all of that we will help you because we have used those projects in our own resume, right? So whatever projects we teach, we are anyways using those projects in our own resume, and we know what are the interview question can be asked from those projects. We are, because we are constantly giving interviews to understand what are the interview question can be asked, so we will help you with everything, right? So it's basically resume preparation, interview guidance, and then projects and everything, right? So now it's a basically a personalized learning. Reason being that we'll understand your profile, we accordingly help you to make your resume, right? And then we provide some hands-on training, right? And then we'll help you with the resume preparation and mock interview. Then we have a 7-day refund policy. And then if you find a similar course with less of a price in the market, you can come back to us and then we'll give you the refund as well, right? So these are the live courses we have, right? We have a Azure Data Engineering live course. We have a Databricks and a Spark live course. And as I told, we provide Azure and also AWS training, right? And then we have a combined course curriculum. Then we have a AWS course curriculum. We have a Fabric course curriculum. Then we also provide recorded material for the course curriculum, right? So go check out our website. Then coming to the AWS course curriculum, right? So this is our AWS course curriculum, right? It will be taught by Vail Murugan, right? And then what are the things we will cover in today's demo? We'll make sure that you understand about cloud data engineering. What is data engineering? What are the tools you should focus on? How much coding is required, right? How you can switch, what are certification you can do. This course is ideal for the people who are new to Azure, new to AWS, right? And then basic knowledge of SQL and Python is required for this course curriculum. You should, in this course curriculum, we learn AWS Glue, S3, Athena, Delta Lake, Snowflake, Kinesis, Lambda, RDS. Then you can get like 4 years of experience into from this course curriculum, right? And then you can basically look for 3 real-time projects, right? And then demo recording and all of that also you can check over here, right? And then like our batch size is not so huge, right? So in the batch you'll not find like 60-70 people learning together. You'll get like 20-25 people learning together and then approaching a common goal, right? And then it's a hands-on training. We prepare you for, like, we make you job ready. We help you for like projects. We help you with interview preparation. We help you with mock interview and all of that. And then we have a 7-day refund policy as well, right? And as I told that if you get in the similar course less of a price in the market, you can anyways come back to us, right? You can download the course curriculum from here. You can see what are the topics we are teaching and everything, right? And then these are the tools you learn. You can check out Whale's LinkedIn profile, that what are the projects he have done, in which company he has worked in the past, right? That you can also check. You can also check the reviews of all the people, right, who basically took our course curriculum till today, right? That also you can check. After the course curriculum, we give the discount, right? Sorry, after the course curriculum, we also give the certificate, right? And then this is the price of the course, 20,000 is for the live, and then this is for the recording. But after the demo, I will give you some offers, right? Because like we give some early bird offers so that you can enroll, right? So you can go check out our website, check out the landing page, check out the review of the people who took the course from Whale, right? That also you can go and check out those things over here, right? All right, so this is about the overall landing page, right? And before the coming to the demo, I was going through the different question which people have, uh, like whenever they want to switch, right? These are the general question which they have, right? What is data engineering? How they can switch to AWS data engineering? If you are a fresher, how you can switch? If you have a career gap, how you can switch? If you have like 5 to 10 years of experience, how you can switch? Am I eligible for the course? I am from Power BI background. I am from SSIS background. I am from Informatica background. I am from admin background. I am from sales marketing background. How I can switch, right? Coding is required or not? How much coding is required? SQL is required or not? Python is required or not, right? How will do projects? How will do projects? So suppose this is in somewhere you will find that it's written 30 days of training, but it's not 30 days of training. It's basically 2 months of a training, 2.5 months of training. We take around 30 to 35 classes in the whole training to be completed, right? So that is why we are saying 30 days, but it takes around 30 to 35 days to complete the whole training, right? Each session is about 1 to 1.5 hours. And then how much experience you can show, how you can propose the interview, how you handle scenario based interview question, right? All of that we will cover up in the today's demo, right? So now I will just try to open a slide in which we will just go through this, right? So now, like the whole topic, all the topic which I just told, right? The general question which you have can be divided into this part, right? So first of all, introduction I have already covered. Then why cloud? What is cloud? Why AWS? Why and what of data engineering? Then tools to learn: Glue, Athena, S3, Snowflake, Spark. Coding is required. How much coding is required? Who can learn? Roadmap, course and project, where to practice, USP, recording, experience to show, interview preparation, technical questions, scenario based questions, certification, salary to expect, right? We'll cover up each and everything, right? So, and then during the demo, I will also give you the chance so that you can ask questions. Okay, so so that you can live ask the question from Whale and also from me, right? So that you can clear your doubts. So this is how the whole demo will go. I will hand over the demo to Whale so that he can start giving you the background about AWS data engineering domain. So I think 1 second, I will give the chance so that give me a moment. All right. Where I think you can introduce yourself and then like probably share your screen and then start.
Thanks, Shalvik. Hi, everyone. This is Vale here. So, totally, I have 8 to 9 years on the data engineering.
Where we lost you in between. I think so. Yeah, can you
So,
please
I
start?
worked with companies like Clear, my voice. Yeah, yeah.
Now
So, this
it's a
is
bit clear. Yes.
okay, okay. So, this is Vale here. So, I have around 16 years of experience. So, last 8 to 9 years into data engineering. Before that, I was working on backend development. So, I've been into designing, development, architecture of data engineering systems. So, I worked on big data systems, data engineering, uh, platform design, data platform design, and also I worked on on-premises and then cloud. So, in the cloud, I've used Azure, I've used AWS, and then different ETL systems, right? So, I worked on enterprise startups, product development, different companies. So Like I've worked on multiple companies, starting from IBM, Cognizant, and then different companies. And recently, I'm into consulting and then working on product companies. Okay, that's about myself. And I've used like a data lake. I use data warehouses and then database, OLAP systems. So I've worked on different data engineering projects. Okay, that's about myself. I'll share my screen and then we'll go into the topic. So as Abhishek said, Abhishek, I need access to share.
Yeah, I think you can share it now. Well, can
Yeah,
you
okay.
try, please?
Yeah. So, like, I think everyone can see my screen. So,
Yes, we can. Yes. Yeah, we can see your screen. Well, please go ahead.
okay, fine. Okay. So, as per the agenda, let us start with first, why cloud? So, what is cloud and why AWS and what is data engineering? What we do in data engineering and what we cover in the syllabus, right? So, we want to see what you're going to cover in the syllabus. Like I'll start with why cloud and what we do in the cloud and why it is important for enterprise, right? Because we are going to discuss about enterprise, right? So we are not going to work for so always like in like the job opportunity is there in enterprise, and we need to see the job market, how it is openings are there and which positions openings are there. So that is where we are concentrating on. So we are seeing like for enterprise how data engineering is helpful and where it is useful. That is what we are going to discuss. Okay, so first let us see why cloud. What is why enterprise are using cloud? Okay, so like 5 years back or 10 years back, like analytics was there, big data systems were there. Companies were in on premises, right? They had bigger infrastructure, bigger teams on premises, right? But now, if you see, a lot of companies have moved to cloud. Why? Because cloud provides you a lot of things. It brings you a lot of ability, right, for our organization to work from remote to use infrastructure on the cloud so they can do their core business. What is their core business? For example, let us say a company is doing retail, they're selling products online, or a company is doing to banking. Their core business is banking, right? So if company is into insurance or company is into manufacturing of products, so their core business is retail, manufacturing, or banking, right? They should not be like spending a lot of time on infrastructure, server maintenance. So their most of the time should be on application development, which is helping for the core business. That is where they should be focusing on, not on the infrastructure side. That is where cloud is going to help them. So cloud is going to help them in faster creation of infrastructure. So that can be like, for example, I need a database. I can go and quickly create it. I want a Linux machine. I can go and create it. Whereas if you see last 5 years or 8 years, right, there has been a lot of growth on application development related to machine learning, AI, on the analytics side, right? So it has grown heavily. So if you see that the cloud is going to help us, how it is going to help us by providing this environment. But means I want to store lot of data for my machine learning activity, or I want to store lot of data for my AI. Because to do machine learning, you need 5 years of data, or I need 10 years of data. Or to do AI, I need to store a lot of data. So where I can store it? I can store it in cloud. Where cloud data lake is nothing but in AWS we call it as S3, right? So if you come to data lake, so in AWS, we have S3. In S3, I can store large amount of data. So petabytes of data, I can store it. That data can be CSV format, that data can be JSON format, that data can be Parquet, compressed form, or it can be unstructured data also. It can be media files, video files, like that. You can store a lot of data in the cloud. So companies don't have to have on-premises storage or on-premises things, right? That means they can create their cloud account, put the data into data lake, and build machine learning systems or AI systems. Easily they can start working on different scenarios or analytics, right? So they can easily build it. That is why cloud is highly useful for enterprise, because enterprise, when they are working on a newer project, they can go into cloud, start working on the cloud directly. They don't have to have physical machines or on-premises, right? That is where cloud is helping. And why AWS? So AWS is the market leader in cloud. So if you see in AWS, we have different services. There are like 200 plus services are there. So you can see EC2 is there where I can create Linux machines. For example, if you go to EC2, I can create Linux machines here or Windows machines here. So there is like storage. In storage, you have S3. This is the data lake, right? So as we discussed, data lake, you can store a lot of files. You can store unstructured data, semi-structured data. You can store a lot of data, which are required for machine learning, which are required for AI or analytics, right? I can store all this data. And what about relational data? What about RDBMS? So you have database here. So in database, you have RDS. I can create, if I want MySQL or Oracle, I can go and quickly create it here. So I can go here and create it here. So this is how AWS is helping you to create multiple services, managed services on the cloud. Okay, so I can quickly install it, and I want it for different environment, dev, prod, QA, different environment. I can create a different account and create a different environment. So this is how you can quickly install applications in the cloud and use it. So like if you see here, we have seen data lakes, we have seen database. Like that, there are different services in cloud. So you can see machine learning, there are a lot of services are there. For IoT, there are services. For analytics, you can see analytics, there are a lot of services for analytics. Like you can see here, Athena is there, QuickSight is there, Kinesis is there. Like there are different services. So there are 200 plus services are there in AWS. But we are not going to use 200 plus services. We are going to use like for data engineering, we use only few services. Like we are going to use like 6 to 7 services very frequently. Okay, so even though there are 200 plus services, in enterprise we use like 6 to 7 services very frequently. So that is what we are going to focus. What are the services are heavily used and why they use it and for what purpose they use. We are going to see with real-time use cases. So how it is done in industry, we will take some lot of sectors like retail, like banking, and then we are going to see a lot of use cases. That is what we are going to do in this course. Okay, so AWS and Azure are the major partners. So you can build a framework on AWS or on Azure. And there we are going to see how companies are doing data engineering. Okay, so we have seen so far what is cloud and why cloud is required and why AWS, right? So AWS is a market leader. Using AWS, I can quickly create an account and start using the services. So that is the purpose of AWS. Now let us come into why data engineering and what data engineering team does. Okay, so in the enterprise, what is the role of data engineering teams? What they are doing? Okay, so let us see that. So you can see here. So this is a data and a maturity curve. So what it says is, so like 5 years back, what we do is we were doing only analytics 10 years back. Let us say 10 years back, we were collecting data. So that means we were building a framework in enterprise. We are collecting data and we were doing analytics. That analytics is a descriptive analytics. So that describes, that provides value to the company. Okay, so we maintain warehouse, we do data lake. From that, we do analytics. That is, we do descriptive analytics. And then we started doing business intelligence. That means we diagnose the problem and we identify the problem in the business. For that, we started doing business intelligence. So we use tools, right? We use Tableau, Power BI, like different tools so that we can identify problems in a business and we were able to diagnose the problem and that helped business. Okay, so that is what diagnosis. And last 5 years, we are into predictive and prescriptive analytics. So that means predictive is we are able to predict the future based on the past data. So machine learning or data science is about if I have last 5 years data, I can build a pattern on that and using the pattern, I can predict the future. That is what we do it in machine learning. So I need to have 5 years or last 10 years of data so that from that I can identify the pattern and from the pattern I can predict the future. That is what we do in predictive analytics. And prescriptive analytics are the latest one. So your chat GPT or your like language conversions, all the large models, right? We call LLMs. So all your AI and LLMs are prescriptive analytics. That is, it's the we are using a lot of AI tools, right? If you see which are prompt engineering is involved, which is you are able to chat and resolve the problem dynamically, right? So that is what prescriptive analytics. So if you see for all the analytics, data plays a major role. So without data, you cannot do all this analytics. So you need to collect the data and then store the data into storage area. So you need to collect the data and maintain the data in the storage layer. That storage layer can be data warehouse. That storage layer can be data lake, or it can be database. So in enterprise, we use all the data layers. It can be database, it can be data warehouse, or it can be a data lake. So these are the systems we use it very frequently, and we are going to work on different kind of analytics, right? It can be descriptive analytics, predictive analytics, or prescriptive analytics. So here we are not going to get deeper into machine learning or AI, right? Because we are not into data science. We are not a data scientist or a data science engineer to work on machine learning models. We are going to focus only on data engineering activity. That means collection of data and then processing the data, doing ETL on that, and maintaining a high quality of data in the storage area. That is what we are going to focus. For that, what are the tools required and what are the frameworks required? That is what we are going to see. Okay. So let us go. So as a data engineering team, what we do in enterprise? So you can see here. So there are data producers, there are data consumers. Okay, so we sit between both of them. That means as a data engineer, I collect data from various sources. So in organization, there can be different sources. That can be like an enterprise system like SAP can be one source, or a database can be one source. So like that, we collect data from various sources and we bring it to a centralized layer and we maintain the data. We do data modeling, we convert the data, we transform it by doing ETLs, and we maintain the data lake, data pipeline here, and that data is going to be used by consumers. So who are the consumers here? So your business analyst can be a consumer. Yeah, machine learning team can be a consumer. Yeah, dashboarding team. So who are working on dashboard, right? They are also your consumers. Or your top level business management who is going to take decisions on your reports, right? They are also consumers. So as a data engineer, we work on ETL jobs, data pipelines, data management, data warehouse. So this is what we do it regularly. Okay. So we are responsible for maintaining a centralized data platform. So in organizations, we build an enterprise data platform and we ingest the data from various sources. That data can be in a batch process data or a real-time streaming of data. So we collect the data from various sources. That source can be from an API, it can be from FTP, it can be from JSON form. So different type of data. It's not only structured data, right? So it can be semi-structured, it can be unstructured data also. So we are collecting all the data and then we are going to store it in data lake, data warehouse or lakehouse, and it's going to be used by consumers. So consumers are going to be different teams. They are going to use this data. We are working on the engineering activity here. So we are building a data platform for an organization to centralize the data, and then that data we are going to make the consumer to use the data. That is what we are going to do it. So if you see the layers of a data platform, right? These are the layers. So if you see here, so data comes from different sources and the data are ingested through batch processing or streaming pipeline. So that means we have a DTL pipeline in organizations, which is to ingest the data into your data warehouse or data lake. Okay, and then that data is again processed, converted into different form and used by consumers. So this is how a modern data platform will look like. And we work on any of this layer, right? I may work on ingestion layer, I may work on cataloging layer or processing layer or even consumption. So we work on any of this layer. Okay, so as a data engineer, I may work sometime on data lake, I may work on data warehouse, or I may work on the ETL ingestion part, right? That means ingestion of data from different sources. So we'll be working on any of this part, or the data is stored into data lake or data warehouse. You are going to do processing from the data. So we are processing the data and building a data models. Like I'm building like a dimension and fact tables, star schema in my data warehouse, so my business users can access it. So we are working on different kind of like ETL projects, right? So that means we need to know what is batch processing, what is event-driven processing, what is real-time streaming. So this three type of framework we need to know. Okay, so in this course, we are trying to cover all these three type of scenario. So we are going to cover batch processing, event processing, and then real-time streaming. That is what we are going to cover. So all these things are used in data platforms, right? We are trying to cover all the scenarios. Okay, so far we have seen why cloud, what is cloud, and why data engineering. Any question on this? So any question from anyone on the data platform or why data engineering and what we do in data engineering and why we need data lake, why we need data warehouse, why we need database. So as a data engineer, like what we use. Any question from anyone?
Hi, Velu. This
Yeah,
is Sai Gayatri,
yeah,
my side.
yeah.
Actually, in real time, what type of work the data engineers will do? Could you please explain that?
Yeah, yeah. So normally in real time, so let me bring it up. So you can see here. So we work on data pipelines. So we work
Okay.
on data cleaning, validation, transformations. Okay, so we do all this kind of data quality checks. We work on data modeling, building data models for a data warehouse or lakehouse architecture. So we work on all these activities. So you can see here, this so we work on building ETL. That means doing ETL on the ingestion part or streaming data. You work on the ETL and then orchestration of ETL. You work on data cleaning, validation, transformation. You work on data modeling also. You work on performance tuning. That means you optimize the existing ETL pipelines. You try to improve the performance of that. And then we work on real-time streaming of data, ingestion of real-time streaming. And then we work with different stakeholders, right? That means we work with data scientists, data analysts, BA developers. So these are our, as a data engineer, we work on all these areas. And also we monitor and maintain the infrastructure. So we see the logs and then we work on them.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, any questions from anyone? So what we are trying to see in this course is, let us discuss on that next. So far we have seen what is a data engineer work. That means what data engineer does. And what is a modern data platform, right? So this modern data platform is already built. So in the company, you already have this architecture. It's not that they are going to build it, right? This architecture is already there in the company. And you may work on any of these layers, right? You may work on ingestion layer or cataloging or processing layer. You may work on any of this layer. So this platform is already built and companies are already using it. So you may work on any of these platforms. Okay, so any questions from anyone on the data engineering or the data platforms, enterprise data platform? Okay, so let us move on to the next section. So, like if you see here, so you can see here this we have three generation of architecture, right? So if you see 10 years back, we were collecting data, we were doing ETL, we were storing into data warehouse. So in the organization, they have OLTP, they have OLAP system both. Okay, OLTP are transactional processing. That means you have RDBMS. So operational data will stored in OLTP. So that means operational database can store only last 1 year of data. It can store only recent data. It cannot scale up. Your RDBM system has a problem. That means it cannot scale it can scale only vertically. It cannot scale horizontally. That means you can add power of the machines, but you cannot add multiple machines and make it as a cluster. That is a problem with OLTP system. So you can store only 1 year of data or 6 months of data in OLTP system. When what about if I want to do analytics, if you want to do machine learning, I need 10 years of data or 5 years of data. Then where I can get it? We use data warehouse. So in data warehouse, you have high scalability. So you can use data warehouse for collecting 5 years of data, 10 years of data. So in generation 1 architecture, we had only data warehouse and we were doing business intelligence, we were doing reports. So this is where we used in 10 years back, right? Then last 5 years back, we started building machine learning, we started building data science. So we, along with the structured data, we had unstructured data, semi-structured data. So this is company's architecture evolved. That means they have to maintain structured data also. They have to maintain semi-structured data like JSON, CSV files, and then media files, audio files like that data. So unstructured data. So they started using data lake also. That means they in the cloud, they started using S3 and then store all this semi-structured structured data in data lake, and they started using data warehouse also. That means companies started using data lake also. They started using data warehouse also. And in the recent one, they are into Lakehouse architecture. Lakehouse is a future which is a combination of data lake and warehouse. Okay, so here you are not going to buy a separate data warehouse. You are going to convert your data lake into a data warehouse. You are going to try to use your data lake as a warehouse here. For that, we are going to use like a software called Iceberg or Delta Lake. Okay, and you can implement on the data lake. We are going to implement asset transaction. You are going to do updates, delete on the data lake itself. So that you can perform all the data warehouse functionality on your Lakehouse system. I can do update. I can create fact and dimension tables. I can do SCD type 2 concepts. I can do updates using SCD type 2. So we are trying to build a Lakehouse on the cloud itself. So that is a third recent architecture. So in the course, we are going to cover these 3 type of architecture, right? Mainly we'll focus on the generation 3. We will try to create a Lakehouse. We are going to use Iceberg, and then we are going to work. Okay. So now let us go in the AWS. So what are the services we are going to focus? So let us see that. So as a data engineer, we use all these services. Okay, we use S3. S3 is the data lake, right? Where you can store large amount of data. So S3 is the core for your data engineering activity, because we store all our data into S3. And we use IAM for managing the access. We use RDS for relational database. We use Glue for ETL. We are going to build a data pipeline using Glue. And Glue is built on Spark. So we'll use Python and Spark for building ETL pipelines. So we'll spend a lot of time on Glue because that is the core framework for us for the ETL data pipeline. And then we'll use DynamoDB for NoSQL data. So we will use RDS for relational data, and DynamoDB for NoSQL data. And we will use Athena as a query engine for querying the data on top of data lake. And we will use Lambda, we will use step functions, we will use Kinesis for streaming. And EMR we will see a little bit. We will use Glue and we will see EMR a little bit. And we are not going to see Redshift. Instead of Redshift, we are going to focus on Snowflake. Okay, that means in the course, we are going to use Snowflake for the data warehouse system. I'll explain why. So what is the reason we are going for Snowflake here and we are not using Redshift? So here in the course, we are going to cover 3 type of projects. So we are going to see a batch processing pipeline, and then we are going to see event-driven pipeline. So that means based on event, we are going to build a ETL pipeline and streaming pipeline. So we are going to build a streaming ETL pipeline. So for the streaming pipeline, we are going to use Snowflake because Snowflake has live processing of data framework. It has a framework where you can do real-time streaming easily. So we are going to use that and do a real-time analytics here. So that is why we have chosen here Snowflake as a data warehouse system. We are not using Redshift. Okay. So again, Snowflake is the topmost used data warehouse system. So that is why you have chosen Snowflake here. We are not using Redshift here. Okay, so these are the service we are going to focus in the course. So here we are going to use S3 for storing the data. So the data can be CSV files, flat files, and we are going to use RDS for relational data, and we will use DynamoDB for NoSQL data, like NoSQL data, and we are going to use Glue for ETL. Okay, so we'll build ETL. So here ETL is using Python and SQL here. So if you have basic knowledge on Python or SQL, you can build ETLs here. So I'm going to show how to build ETL, how to read data, write data, perform transformations, how to build a data pipeline using SQL also, using Python also. So if you have basic knowledge on Python or SQL, you can work on the Glue activity here. Okay. So here, so far we have seen is what are the tools we are going to learn in the course. So we are going to concentrate on different AWS services, and we are going to use Snowflake here. And we are going to learn Spark. Along with the PySpark, we are going to learn Glue here. We are going to do ETL using Glue. Okay, so any questions from anyone? I see someone has question.
Yeah, hi, Wilmurugan. This
Yeah.
is Sid here.
Yeah.
So I'm right now in a situation where I'm confused whether to go with Azure or AWS, but I know a little bit about Azure as well. Sorry, Azure. My question is, in Azure there is, to create pipelines, we have ADF, Azure Data Factory, wherein you create by just drag and drop. Is
Yeah.
there a similar function in AWS as well? Because you told Glue gonna
Yeah,
require more.
so there
Yeah,
is a option available. You can see Glue has that option where I can drag, I can connect, I can drag my MySQL. I can write my transformations, and then target, I can specify my S3 bucket. So I can build an UI, right? This you can do it like a ADF. Okay,
right.
but in real world, right? For enterprise system, this you can use it for building a simple ETL workflows, not for complex pipeline. So you need to know both. As a data engineer, you should know building on UI also. You should know how to write on the ETL on SQL or Python. So we will see this also. We will see it from ETL code also. Okay,
Okay.
so here in Glue, if you see here, even though we did it on UI, right? If you go and see the script here, let me read the script. So here, automatically the script will generate it. Even though I'm doing it from UI, the script will get generated automatically in the background. So you should know how to do it from UI also. You should know how to write script also. Both you should. Then only you can work on the enterprise systems. Only working on UI will not help you because that is for simple use case, right? Where I have to do some simple flows, right? I can do it with UI systems, but complex enterprise system, you need to know both.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, got it. Thanks.
And other thing is for ETL pipeline, you can build it using Glue. That is for long running operations, right? If you have some short running operation, that means server side operations, we use Lambda. Okay, sometimes we use Lambda, which is a server side operation, or we use step functions. So I can build an orchestration pipeline using AWS services. I can write a step functions here. So we use this, it's again a UI option. I can drag and drop different services, and based on UI, I can build the orchestration framework. So this also we'll be using.
Okay. Okay, got it. Thanks.
Okay, so so far we have seen what are the tools we are going to learn and what are the services we are going to use in this course. Okay, so let us see the roadmap of the course, and then we will see the projects, right? So we'll see what are the projects are used, and what is the a roadmap of this course. So I think it's visible, right? So we are going to start with AWS services, and then we will go into basic service, right? That means we'll start with S3, we'll start with IM, and then we will go into AWS S3 CLI commands, how to use Boto 3, and then how to use Spark, and how to do ETL pipelines. That is what we are going to start. So we'll work on Glue, ETL, RDS, DynamoDB. So these are the things which we will start. Then we will go into Spark optimizations, how to run a long running pipeline, how to build a batch processing, and also we will cover how to build a Lakehouse architecture using Iceberg. So this everything are batch processing framework. Then we will go for event driven framework. That means in the project you can see. So let us go to the project also. So the first project. So this is the first project. Not this one. This one. This is the first project. In the first project, we read data from RDS DynamoDB and we write it to S3 and we do some basic ETL activity. So we are going to do basic ETL using Spark here. And this we are going to use retail scenario and we are going to write the data into S3 in a Parquet file. And we are going to test the data using Athena. So we are going to use Glue catalog. So we'll be using catalog here, Glue catalog. We'll use Athena and we will use S3, RDS, different services here. So this is the first project we are doing, which is a basic batch processing system. And in the second project, so if you see the second project, here we are covering different AWS services. So here we are going to cover step functions, Lambda, and Glue here. So here we are going to build a lakehouse using a event-driven framework here. That means we are going to process the CSV files, zip files, and then orchestrate using step functions, call Glue, Lambda, and we are going to do multiple AWS integration, AWS service integration, and we are going to view the data here. This is the second project we are doing. So that is why you can see here, we are covering all this event-driven framework here. We are covering Event Bridge, Lambda, step functions, and we are building a medallion architecture. Okay, so that is the second project. And in the third project, we are trying to cover streaming solutions. That means we are going to build a streaming solution using Snowflake here. That means in the third project, we are going to build a streaming pipeline. So the data comes from producers that will be through Kinesis, Firehose here. So the data is going to produce to the Snowflake using Kinesis and Firehose. And in the Snowflake, we are processing the data lively into multiple layers. We are going to convert the data into raw form, from raw form to process data, and then convert into aggregated form and visualize the data in dashboard. So this is a complete real-time streaming of data. We are going to do it in the third project. So we are covering three projects. One is batch processing, event-driven processing, and streaming processing. So the third one is a streaming processing. So we are using Kinesis here and Snowflake here and performing the data processing lively here. So that is the three projects we are covering. And even in the course, so we are covering from AWS services and Snowflake. We are covering basic thing on Snowflake, and then we are moving to streaming, and we are working on the projects here. So this is what we are covering in the project. Okay, any question from anyone on the projects or on the roadmap, on the course?
How are these days are split into, like weekdays or weekends?
So this is like we have weekly 4 days. Classes are only 4 days. So it's not that we are going to complete in 30 days, right? So this course will go for 2 months and weekly 4 days class.
Right. Okay.
So the course will take 2 months to complete. Okay, so like who can learn this? Is it that I have only basic knowledge on Python or I have basic knowledge in SQL, so you can learn it. It's not that if you have basic knowledge in Python or SQL, you can learn it. It can be a fresher or you can be from a different background also, you can learn it. And we are trying to build 3 to 5 years of experience with this project. So the projects which we are trying to cover, it's normally we are trying to build experience of 3 to 5 years of data engineer. That is what we are trying to cover. Okay, so where we can practice it? So you can use AWS free tier account. That means you can create a AWS free tier account and you can practice it. So with a free tier, you get S3 free, you get like S3 usage free. You can see 5 GB of S3 data free, RDS free, and DynamoDB, Lambda, like that you will get free. Only Glue will be cost. Again, for Glue, we have another environment, which is a local environment. So that means I can develop Glue on cloud also. I can do it on local also. So in local notebook, you can do the development. So we are going to help you to set this environment on your local machine. So you can see I'm running a Docker. So I'm running a Docker containers in my local. That is a Glue Docker containers. So I can practice my ETL pipelines in my local itself. So once I am comfortable, when I complete all my development, then I can deploy it on cloud and you can test your code. So we are going to do local development also, and we will do it on the cloud also. Both we are going to do development. Okay, why we are doing it? Because if you do directly on the cloud, you will be charged a lot of money because Glue is a costly service. It's for every run, it's going to be cost. And here Glue, you can scale it up. That means I can scale it up 2 machines, 5 machines, 10 machines, I can scale it up. But for initially, we are going to use 1 machine or 2 machines for development. That development, you can do it in local. Once you have done, the same code can be copied and you can deploy it here. So same Spark code can be deployed here and you can run it here and you can scale it up. I can increase the mission from 2 mission to 10 mission. You can increase it easily and use it. That is how we use it in the real time also. So same way you can do it in the in the course also. We are covering in the course in the same way. That means we are going to do local development also and in cloud also. So you will not be charged a lot of money. That means you can practice on local, then you can practice on the cloud also. So that is how we are going to use it. S3 is like free of charge, so you will not be charged. RDS is again free, so you will not be charged. Only for Glue, we are trying to use like this. Development environment, practice on local and deploy it. Okay, so we have a local environment. Here you can see I'm reading a data from S3. So I'm reading a data from S3 and then writing data back to S3. I can connect RDS here. I can connect DynamoDB here from my local environment. So we use this for development. And once development is completed, you can deploy the same code on multiple environments. Okay, so that is how we do development and we learn from both the environment. We learn it on local also. We learn it on cloud also. So any question from anyone about the environment, where we can test it, where we can develop and then test the code? Okay. And we are trying to cover real-time projects, right? So all these 3 projects are real-time projects. It's already which are there in the companies on different sectors, right? So we are going to generate sample data. That means we are not going to use real-world data, right? We are going to generate sample data and we are going to use some real-world use case. So based on our experience, we are trying to build a real-world use case, and that is already there in the company. It's already used. So you can showcase this as a project. You can build your portfolio. So it's easier for you to showcase yourself. You have 3 to 5 years of experience. That is what we are trying to showcase in the projects. Okay. So any questions from anyone? So any questions on the course, projects, tools to use, or on the data engineering, or on the data lake or data warehouse?
Hi, again, sit here. So I
Yeah, go
wanted to
ahead.
understand data sets, like how much will be the volume so that we can understand real complexity. Shouldn't be like simple data and again.
Yeah, so if you see, right, in S3, I can generate a lot of data, right? That means I can put all the data, CSV data. So what we are going to do is, you are going to use Spark, right? With Spark, I can generate millions of records also. I can generate 100,000 or 100 million data also here using Spark. So we are going to generate a lot of data and we are going to use 100 million data sets here. So for some few projects, we may have 100 million data sets. So for few projects, we are going to use 10 million data sets. So we are going to use large data set here. As we are using Spark, it's easier for us to generate large data sets.
Okay, so again, in real scenario, there would be
Yeah.
a data wherein missing data or characters in numeric value, something like that. Those kind
Yeah.
of scenarios, how would we come across here? Because it's generated by us only, it will be very plain and simple, is what I understand.
So we are going to use some CSV data, some JSON data, which is just they used in the real world scenario, right? Even though we are not going to bring the data straight away, right? But the data schema will be same and we will have similar type of data. The data format will be similar. So we are going to use that data set and only we are going to create the scenarios here.
Okay, okay. Because the place where I work, I mean,
Yeah.
uh, interviews will be more of based on, what kind of scenarios I faced and how did I overcome those rather than point A to direct, question and answer. So they rather ask scenario based questions. So I would be, if I face more such kind of problems while working, I'll be in better place to answer.
Yeah. So we are going to create scenarios here. That means, as based on our experience, right? I and Abhishek, we have worked, and we have a lot of data because we have like we cannot use the direct client data, right? That is why we are generating the data here. That means I cannot use the enterprise data directly. So that is why we are
Yeah, I get
mocking
it.
the data, and we use like a AP, like a Python, a framework for generating the data. Okay, we use a faker, which is a Python library. So we use that and generate the data, and we try to generate the error scenarios. We try to generate the all the a valid and invalid scenario so that you see a real kind of data. So we use faker, and then we generate the users data here. So you will see the data will be similar to enterprise.
Okay.
Okay, so you can see all kind of problems will be there in the data, and we will see how we can handle that problem. We will create the problem and we will say how to solve the problems. That also will cover it. For example, let me show it. So you can see I'm handling corrupted records. That means in the file, there are some records missing, and we are trying to handle the error records here. So these are valid records. These are the valid records, and these records are error records. So if you see the data has error records also, it has valid records. So we are trying to handle both, right? So corrupt records, how to handle, valid records, how to handle. So both the scenario we are covering. And that corrupted record has different formats, right? Sometimes it's like the data itself missing. Sometimes the data format is wrong. Sometimes the data doesn't match with the schema. So we are covering multiple scenarios here. Okay, that is how we will be covering all the valid and invalid scenario. And in the invalid scenario, we will see different format, different frequently faced issues also we'll see. So any other questions from anyone?
Well, Murugan, I just have one question, last question.
Yeah,
Uh, so there is always this debate, right? AWS versus Azure, and I see more
yeah.
of the roles. I mean, I don't know, probably I'm into Azure. That's why I feel like I see those more often. So, how is the job market now? Like, is it favorable towards AWS or Azure as a requirement for data engineers?
We cannot say like AWS opening is more or Azure opening is there more, right? Because both are equal competitors. The job openings are there for both. That is what I would say. It's not that AWS openings are more or Azure openings is more. But AWS, they are there from beginning, right? So if you see, they are the dominant player here. That means all the pre-built applications are running already in AWS. That means a lot of engineering projects are there already in AWS. So that means like a lot of maintenance work, production work, a lot of openings are there in India specifically for AWS data engineering. And Azure it is there, but AWS has little bit edge over Azure.
Okay.
That was specifically in India because there are a lot of maintenance project in enterprise. If you see a lot of service projects, there are a lot of AWS projects which are completed when companies are doing enhancement, maintenance, support activity are done for AWS.
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay, so any questions from anyone? Okay, fine. If you don't have any questions, Abhishek, do you want to take it over, Abhishek?
Yeah, all right. I will take it over. Thank you so much, Vale, for the introduction. Let me share my screen. All right, guys. So now the best thing if you are concerned about job market or comparison or anything, right? Go to Naukri.com profile, search AWS Cloud Engineer, search it, see the job opening, search AWS, see the job opening, right? So now the so if you can see, right? So the work on office, hybrid, remote, you basically get all sort of a job opening around the corner, right? And you can go to LinkedIn and also search the job opening to understand the job market. So there is a job market and there is a job potential for AWS data engineering, and also the potential is huge. Like be it some people are concerned that hey, AI is coming and then our job role won't be secured and all of that. It's not there because for AI roles as well, they need data and then they need data engineers to train the models, right? So you don't need to you don't need to worry about those things, right? All right. So now what I will do, I will basically go through uh, the other agenda points, right? So Vale already covered about course curriculum roadmap and all of that. Now what I will do, I will again go through the USPs, our USP, right? What different we are offering, and then the other part of it, right? So now, what different we are offering, as I told that basically you can also go to Google, right, and search for AWS data engineering, for example, right? And then you can get like many YouTube video for that, right? So you can just like search and then you can get like many YouTube videos for that to learn AWS data engineering, right? But what is the problem with those trainings, right? Be it this guy or be it any other training, right? AWS data engineering videos, right? So what is the problem with all of these videos? Uh, as per your profile, you won't be able to like understand that hey, how much I should learn, and then you won't be able to interact with them lively, right? So suppose if I start watching this video today, right, I can watch this video but I don't know how to portray that as a part of a project. And then somebody was saying that hey, I face challenges in answering the questions such as technical challenges faced in the project. So me and Vale has done those projects. We can basically guide you what are the technical challenges we have faced and how to project that as a form of in the interview, right? And how that particular project has been developed in the first place, all of that we can assist you. So it's kind of a structured learning, right? So let me show you our learning portal, which can basically give you the background in a detailed manner that how the trainings will go, right? So this is an integrated course which Vale and me took, right? So suppose after every class there's a homework, right? After every class there's a homework. You can see after every class we are giving the homework, we are giving the notes, right? And then we are basically building the project, right? So first, after all the classes, the first project is built up, and then we are basically telling you that hey, we are implementing everything real time and then building the project, right? And then after every class, you can see after every class we have a homework, after every class we give the homework and then build the project. And then once the particular like classes are done, so this is the end-to-end project implementation which is done by Whale. So he is basically doing the end-to-end project implementation in 1 to 1.5 hour, right? And then implementing the project, right? And then after all the things are done, we are again telling you what are the scenario based question can be asked, what are the technical challenges are asked in the project. That also we are covering as a part of a course. Then after after that, we are basically telling you how to introduce yourself, how to explain the project, how to basically optimize your Naukri.com profile, how to optimize your LinkedIn profile, right? So all of that we are basically guiding you, because there is a, when you make your Naukri.com profile, there's a certain way how you can make your LinkedIn profile. When you make your LinkedIn profile, there's a certain way how you can make your LinkedIn profile, right? So we basically guide you with all of that, right? And then we help you to understand how to write those projects in your resume, right? So we will give you the project description so that you can write the project description. Then we'll give you a sample resume so that you can make your resume. Then we'll give you the interview question. And this is what you need. You first need a direct, like a focused learning in a particular direction, right? Because suppose all of you are probably working, right? So you have a dedicated 1 2 hours in which you cannot go to YouTube, explore, then learn, then understand how to write and all of that. You just need to basically focus, and then we are guiding you in a proper direction in a structured manner, right? Because if you see the job description nowadays, right, if I go and see the job description, any of the job description, you will be confused what to learn, because they write as you data. You can see, right, I'm seeing, I am basically showing you the live demo. Here you can see that data engineer plus data scientist, and when you open this, they will write data engineer, and then god knows, like natural scikit-learn, Microsoft data factory, NumPy, and then they want to hire a guy who know rocket science, right? So he has GCP, PyTorch, Agile, like god knows, like, so they basically write everything, and they want to hire a guy who knows everything, right? So that basically is not feasible. So but we guide you in a proper direction what you should learn exactly, and what how you can learn, because sometimes a particular marketing domain guy cannot learn how a particular experienced guy can learn, right? So our course is basically structured in a particular way that anybody can learn in a particular direction, right? So this is an integrated course we took, and then recently we took a morning and evening course, right? So here you can see the morning and evening course took by Wales. So we are following the same direction. So here, after every class, we are giving a homework, and after every class, we are just like going and then building the project one by one, right? So this is how the whole training will go, right? So this is the summary of the offering we are giving, right? And then this is the first time this is the first time we are offering a particular, like, let me show you that. Um, Give me a moment. All right, so this is the first time we are giving a particular different kind of offering in which you register for one batch, and then you can attend morning and evening batch both, right? So this is the offering which we are giving. So suppose, just to summarize everything, you after doing the course, you can write 4 years of experience. You will be learning Glue, DynamoDB, Athena, Snowflake, Lambda, Kinesis, Medallion architecture, Lakehouse architecture. We will be doing 3 projects. You can do Snowpro, Snowpark certificates, and AWS data engineer certificate. You can gain 4 years of experience. The basic knowledge of SQL and Python is required for this particular course, and then you can get up to 30 LPA. Now suppose somebody is saying that, Abhishek, I'm already earning 30 LPA. Then after you do this course, we will guide you how you can, like, jump, like, because if you're earning 30 LP, then also you should learn the whatever things we told, right? You should know all of the things like Glue, Athena, Snowflake, Kinesis, Lambda, how to use all of that. Then we also guide you how you can go to the advanced concepts, right? That also we will guide you. So you can first focus on this, finish it in 2 months, and then you can focus on another, like, target, which can give you the 40-45 LPA package as well, right? So batch start date is 25th of April, 9 a.m. IST and 7:30 p.m. IST. We have two class timing, but you need to register once. You need to pay either one of the batch, and you can attend both of the batches, right? So suppose somebody is feeling that, hey, I want to attend a evening batch, you can just register for the evening batch, or you can attend, like, suppose you need to just say that I want to attend either morning or evening batch. You can attend any of the batch, right? You can either attend a morning batch or you can attend a evening batch. If you're missing a morning batch, you can attend in the evening. If you're missing a evening batch, you can attend in the morning, right? So there's no restriction on attendance, right? You need to only attend evening, you need to only attend morning, you need to register once, and you can attend both of the batches. That is the comfort we are also giving you, okay? And then the course will go for 2 months, except Wednesday and weekend. We have a class for every day. You need to register once, attend both of the batch, right? So this is the summary about everything. 4 years, Glue, DynamoDB, Athena, Snowflake, Kinesis, Lambda, Medallion Architecture, Lakehouse Architecture. 3 projects will be teaching. Snowpass, Snowpark certificate you can do. AWS Data Engineer also certificate you can do. We will also provide you the certification after doing the course curriculum. You need a basic knowledge of SQL and Python. Salary expectation is 30 LPA, right? Batch start date is 25th of April, 2 months, Wednesday and weekend. Register for once, attend both of the batches, right? All right. Now, like we are giving this particular offer, which is valid till today, right? The same offer we have given on Thursday as well, but few people faced a payment issue on Thursdays. That is why we are repeating that particular offer today. But after this offer won't be there. So this offer is valid only till today. At that too, we are extending the Thursday offer. Reason being that few people faced the payment issue, and also few people were saying that they were not able to attend the classes because there are some glitch in our Zoom link as well. So this is the offer we are repeating on Thursday, but after this, we won't be repeating this offer. So you can get the 20,000 course in 17,000 rupees, and you need to pay only 10,000 rupees now. Rest you can pay once the batch starts. And once you pay in 1 to 2 days, we'll send you some sort of a video, 3, 4 videos, right, to pace up yourself to learn things early, right, that we will do. So you can pay on this particular link. I will be sending this link in the chat, right? And then you can basically go ahead and then do the payment and start learning from tomorrow onwards, right? So because we'll send some sort of a learning video through which you can 3, 4 learning videos, right, through which you can pay and register and then start learning, right? So the people who are interested, this particular offer is only valid till today 11:59 p.m. IST, and after that this offer will expire, and after that the course will be sold in the higher price, right? You'll get some discount, but you'll not get like in 17,000 rupees, right? So the original price is 20,000 rupees, 17,000 is the offer, and then you get the all the demo videos, all the recording and all of that. But suppose somebody is saying that, hey, neither I am comfortable with 9 a.m. IST, neither I am comfortable with 7:30 p.m. IST, I want to go for the recording, then you can also purchase the recording in 7,999. So original price is 9,000 rupees. You can also purchase in 8,000 rupees, and this also offer is valid till today. Okay. All right. So if you're interested to register, right, you pay on this particular link, right, and then you register for the course, right? So I'm sending this link in the chat, and then pay using this link and register for the course, right? And if you have any question, right, I am still here to answer those questions if you have any question, but this offer is valid till today only. So if you're interested, please go ahead and register for the course curriculum. You can attend morning, evening batch both, and we have a 7-day refund policy as well. Once the batch starts, right, you can ask for the refund in 7 days. So we have a 7-day refund policy as well. Nobody asked for the refund in the previous batch, right? Because we are already experienced guy, right? 15, 20 years of experience we'll have, and then I have also 7 to 8 years of experience. So till now, nobody asked for the refund because of the teaching style, but we are giving that particular comfort as well, right? Because you connected probably from the LinkedIn or here and there. So you connected virtually, so you don't get that conference. So we are giving this 7-day refund policy as well, right? So go ahead, pay if you are really interested, if you like the course curriculum, right? You will slowly understand the Wales teaching style as well once the course starts, so don't worry about it. Go ahead and register for the course curriculum if you're interested, and then this offer is only valid till today. Okay. All right, guys, anybody has any question, you can ask me now if you have any question. Any questions, guys? All right. So if you don't have any question, please go ahead, use the link which I have sent in the chat and register for the course curriculum. Uh, all right. Let me send the link again. All right, guys. Any question anybody has? Okay. If there is no question, see you around, guys. If you're registering for the demo, if you're registering for the course, see you during the course, right? Thank you so much for the today's demo. Bye. See you. One last time. Anybody has any question? Okay. Thank you so much for the demo. See you then, guys. Thank you. Bye.